Hello all. Let's kind of go out and see what the Jeep's doing. I got Max right. He's laying there just chilling. Blue's over there was chilling until I walked out and she got up. So let's go out here and see what the Jeep's doing. See if it's charging or not, or see if it's actually charged, but I don't think it is. Because I think the last time I charged this battery, it took like 3 days to charge it. Let's turn you around and see. Here's the Jeep. There's the Jeep. Need a paint job. I gotta move it so I can mow all this and get all that cleaned up. But let's see. Let's lift her up here. Oh, nope. Still charging. Let's see. I think I have my... Yeah, I still have my switch over here. Here, let me get this up right here. Which I mean, what I mean by switch is this, which now has cobwebs on it, so I can start her up, you know. So yeah, it needs. So I got my knuckle. Here, my steering knuckle right here. Then if you come over here, I got in here. I got all that. So what I was talking about on that piece, see right there? That's where that piece bolts into. Now I was thinking that bolt right here in the middle, which is this one right here. Right there. I was thinking I could maybe be able to bring that down and keep it tight, but I don't know what that's hooking to. That may be what I can use that for. But then you got down there, you got this piece down here, but that's not really what I'm concerned about. So it's going to be loose in there, and there's going to be play on either side of it. There's going to be play. You go down, there's play this way. There's going to be play this way. So I'm thinking about taking some blocks or some rubber, like rubber pieces, like rubber blocks, or maybe even wood blocks, but wood blocks will break at some point. Rubber really won't. Unless it dries out and dry rots or whatever, it will. But get that and put like 3 in there, 1 at the bottom and 1 on each side. That way it's all tight in there. But I got to get it so I can do that. So I got to figure out, I got to do another drill hole on the sides, which I'll take you back in and show you that. Here, let me close this down. What I meant by that is with this. See right here where my finger is? I'd actually drill a hole right here. So it'd be on the inside. Like right here. So I can have it a rubber piece here, 1 here, and then 1 on the bottom. I can do it 2. Then drill a hole here, rubber piece, and rubber piece on the bottom. That way it stays where it needs to stay. I can round it off or whatever on that just to get it so it'll stay. Tighten everything up, I should be good to go and it shouldn't move. But that's what I meant. This right here. Let me close this down. I'm gonna let that charge. Let's go back in here. I got my extension cord running. I almost tripped over my extension cord. But luckily I didn't. Here's my kitty cat. Are you hungry? Are you hungry, huh? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? This is Scrappy. You can see her ear right there. See how her ear is? Her ear is cut a little bit or chopped a little bit. That's because she's a feral cat. Here, get down. Come on. Let me clean this off. Well, that's a good way to do that. I didn't catch it. The wind caught it. I just got to knock the ants off of it. There we go. That's better. Now let me go inside and get some food. I don't know what. He must have went outside. I think Max went outside somewhere. Let me give her some food. I don't know where Rascal is. Rascal may be out hunting, but right now it's just her. But Rascal is nowhere to be found right now. But I still got this to clean up. I think one steering column is down here. I think it's a black one. Now let me flip this light on. Which, let me move this. Yeah. There's a steering column right there. You can see the black. There's one there. And there's another steering column somewhere under this stuff right here. But this is all parts of living with ADHD. You kind of collect more stuff than you have room for. But you know how that goes. Especially any of my followers that have like the ADHD or whatever. But there's like I gotta find a place for all this, and this is a forge. This is gonna be my knife forge when I get it hooked in or whatever. More of that stuff I'll do during like during the fall and winter when it gets cooler, so it's not so hot. It's not something I'm gonna do inside or per se try to do in this fireplace. Not that I couldn't do it in that fireplace, which I probably could, but I'd have to build it in a way that I could do that. Speaking of building, I gotta work on what I'm gonna have for supper. So let me see. Here, let's look in here. Not really anything in there yet. Here, let's go back here, which is freezer at the bottom of my fridge. So let's move that. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, here we got hamburger. Oh, here's some hamburger. I got some more chicken and stuff in there, and strawberries. I like strawberries. Here, hold on, let me pause. Alright, this is what I'm gonna have for supper. I got macaroni, I got tomato sauce, macaroni, I got hamburger, tomato sauce, and macaroni. I've got this kind too, Italian style, which I may use this. Maybe. Let's see, I got green beans. Oh, I need these two, kidney beans. So I'll save that for spaghetti. So let me try, I'll save this one too. So there's those three. So I got my sauce, my kidney beans, hamburger, macaroni. That's what I'm gonna have for supper. So it's not really time for supper right yet. Not really time for supper right yet, but it will be. But the battery in the Jeep is still charging. Okay, let me do this. Let me come back over here and put you up here. So, let me do this, okay. So right now the battery in that Jeep is still charging. It's been charging since yesterday. So it's gonna take, it'll probably be maybe charged tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day. But I do need to get new batteries for the vehicles. So right now I have three vehicles. I have the Camaro that has no battery in it. I have the Jeep that's got a battery in it, and I got the Honda that has the Camaro battery in it. So really what I need to do is buy three more batteries. One for the Honda, the original for the Honda I gotta buy, which is like smaller or whatever, original for the Honda, I gotta buy that. I have the cores too, so I'm not worried about cores. I got to buy another good Jeep, a good Jeep. I got to buy another good battery for the Jeep. Plus, I have to wind up buying another one. Although I have the Camaro battery in the Honda, I want to buy a brand new one for the Camaro, get it running again. Either I'm going to wind up selling it as a project car, or I'm going to maybe turn it into something besides the Camaro. I may do something else with it besides it being, let's say, the Camaro. Who knows? I may turn it into something else completely different. I may turn it into a Camaro frame dune buggy for something. I may kind of jack it up a little bit, take the body completely off of it, wind up jacking the whole thing up and putting, or maybe making something framed out and make something else. Make like me a mini 4x4 or something. Maybe add a transfer case to the transmission. Get me some more. Get a new front end, or a new front what is it? Front end. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A new front end, new rear end. Get a 4x4 set up. But I mean, I got all the 4x4 stuff in the Jeep whatsoever. Like take the V6 3.4 motor and training out of that and put it in my Jeep, right? But then I got to worry about getting my clutch set up and all this other kind of stuff. So I don't actually know if there was already a clutch set up in that Jeep Wrangler itself, the 89, because there may have been. I'm not for sure. Because that hole right there where the 4x4 shifter was, and you got that hole, that would work perfect right there for a shifter. It could have been the automatic on the floor and they just put a different transmission went out, they put a different transmission in, or it could have been a manual transmission, they just took the clutch out and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just something I'd have to look into to see how I can go about doing all that and getting all that hooked up if I want to do that. Now, if I had the money to go in and take it somewhere like a 4x4 shop and tell them, this is what I want done to it, this is the money I have, can you make it work? They'll say, yes, of course, depending on if, let's say I had a $50,000 budget on a Jeep build I wanted. Now, if I had that kind of money, would I do it with the Jeep I already have? Probably not. I'd probably wind up getting like a rock crawling Jeep, or like the hill climbing Jeeps or whatever. Well, it's not really a Jeep per se, but it's like the vehicles, it's whatever. You know what I'm talking. A lot of people know what I'm talking about, with the big old wheels that they rock climb and go right up side the hills, the big steep hills or whatever. They climb up on them. Yeah, something like that. But now, would I myself do stuff like that? If I was safetied in, seat belted and everything, and secure in my seat in that vehicle, yeah, I would. So if I rolled over or anything like that, I wouldn't have to worry about getting hurt or anything like that. I have all the stuff I needed, the helmet, the neck brace, everything I needed, right? I would do that kind of stuff, of course. Now, would I do it with my Jeep per se? No, I wouldn't. One, it don't have all the safety features that those other vehicles have. Now, if I went in, I took it, let's say, to a custom shop, 4x4 shop, stuff like that, and say, this is what I want, here's the money, let's do it. Get it all together, hook it all up, get it all on that frame, do what you got to do, and get it done. Then do the rock climbing and the hill stuff and stuff like that, the trails, the mudding and stuff like that, yeah, of course. Now, do I think I'm ever going to have that kind of money to do that kind of stuff? Maybe one day. Maybe I will have. Maybe I can leave a legacy for my nephews and my niece and stuff like that. Maybe I can get going enough and come up with enough kind of stuff, or enough, let's say, land and money and stuff like that to leave them a legacy they can build on. Like maybe own 500 acres somewhere with shops and all kinds of toys and all that, and just leave it to my niece and nephews, which is my great niece, my great nephews, and my nephew. Leave stuff like that to them so they can have fun and keep living the legacy that I want to build before I die. Now, will I ever build that legacy, let's say, before I die? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to build that legacy or not, but if I do build that legacy, I'm hoping that they'll actually live on my legacy and keep building and building and building like that and do that kind of stuff. Or implement whatever I have into their own legacy to build for their kids. You know, just like that. But you never know what's going to happen until it happens. So I may be broke now, but who knows? Maybe in 5-10 years I may not be. I may just start talking like on videos like this and just keep going from there on that kind of stuff. Or use the TV behind me to play my videos and go over my videos and say, well, this is what I was thinking on this video, or this is what I was talking about on that video. I mean, I don't think I have them on here per se, but earlier on in my TikTok, I have stuff talking about like bullying and all that kind of stuff like that. On how to avoid it, if it's happening, what you can do to stop it, per se. But I mean, I probably got kids that watch me on YouTube too, or whatever, that maybe going through stuff like that in schools, and they don't know how to stop it. They don't know how to this. They don't know how to that. But I'll look through my TikTok videos and stuff like that, and actually download some of them that I'm talking about the bullying and stuff like that, and probably post it, do a playlist of them on YouTube. That way kids can go to it and watch it or whatever like that. That way they know, then they'll know what they can do to kind of stop bullying in its tracks, per se. Well, I mean, some in its tracks, but some take a little bit if they're like, if they're not that social and don't like making friends and stuff like that. But the one key, if you're a kid, you're in elementary, junior high, high school, whatever, and that's actually happened to you, the one main key that you need in your life, make friends. If you have any of the other kids that you see that certain bully messing around with, make them a friend. The more friends you have in that circle of who they mess with, the more you'll have it so you don't get messed with, because every one of you will stand up to said bully. Most bullies, 9 times out of 10, will run. There's that one bully that won't. But if you get enough people around that bully, he's going to stop, or she's going to stop, depending on who it is. But you got to decipher what's bullying and what's not. Some people, some of the younger kids or whatever, try to use that tactic when they have a crush on you or something like that and they like you. They kind of use that, but it's not more of hurting you. It's more of this and that and the other, trying to get your attention. You got to be able to decipher that kind of stuff. But since basically I was talking about the Jeep, so get off that, all that, then go back to that. So I got to get my columns together and stuff like that. My other stuff I have over here that I have already. All the parts and stuff I need. And do I want to put a new radiator in it? Do I want to put this in it? Do I want to put that in it? It'll all come out in a wash on what I do with that and start doing it. Because I want to start when it starts getting cooler. Instead of it being like hot and it starts getting cooler days and stuff like that. And the temperature starts going down to like 70s or 80s or something like that. Then I can actually jump on the Jeep and get going on everything. But my main point right now is getting the steering column in it, jack it up so my steering column works right, put it back down, be able to get it started up, get it running, get it in drive, and move it. Then I can pressure wash it and all that kind of good stuff. But I still got to move this trailer over here with that building on it. I got to move that out of the way so I can put my Jeep there. And then be able to get all that cleaned up and then put my Jeep there or whatever. That way it's not sitting under the trees and all that sap all over and all that. Then maybe put a tarp over it or something like that. But I've been doing like 20 minutes here, so I'm gonna get working on my supper and stuff like that. Then I'll get this posted and get this up there. And you're all one of a kind. You're blessed, so bless those in need. Thank you all for listening. Y'all stay blessed. Thank you.